Rob Johnson gets the start again. Looms in the nation's highest office. The choice in Buffalo has been made. Quarterback Rob Johnson, his heroic leap last week has brought the Bills to 7-4 in striking distance of the playoffs. The mood in Tampa Bay is frustration and desperation. Super Bowl expectation at the season's start replaced with a painful 6-5 record. A win today, a must. Buffalo, Tampa Bay, next. 66,000 at Raymond James Stadium, and with Pro Bowl fullback Mike Allstott out for the season, the running chores fall even more heavily on Warwick Dunn. If the Bucs lose, their season may be done. Rain through the night and the morning. It's brighter now than it's been all morning as we welcome our partner down on the field, Bonnie Bernstein.
Thanks, Dick. Tony Dungy, a must win today to keep your playoff hopes.
Down to Carl Williams at the 10. 25. 35, 44-yard line. The Bills, who have had the worst in the league starting after opposing kickoffs, 34 leading the secondary. Give us to Dunn, and Dunn weaving his way through tacklers all the way to the Buffalo 34-yard line.
Well, Warwick Dunn told us that I know
more, and you can see the longest this year in the league, 55.
It's 5 out of 7, Dick, from 50 plus. How's that for consistency?
From the 35, the spot, so 45-yard field goal for this young man who grew up in Argentina. Well, not only long, but straight. The Bucs strike first. It's 3-0 with less than 3 minutes gone in the opening quarter.
We got to watch it closely.
3rd and 7. Johnson, there's the sack, and that one ties the Tampa Bay franchise record, and Warren Sapp and Marcus Jones fight over the sack. And counting.
I'm a double XL, just remember.
I got you. Great field position for Tampa Bay, and on first down, King going to throw, and he bites the turf for the first time as Sam Cowart and Big Ted Washington meet at the quarterback.
It was not an option for Sean King.
2nd and 17. And he goes down again as Cowart back-to-back. It appeared he got a half a sack on the last with Washington, a full sack now. He had only 3 all season to make the Pro Bowl. Emailing, he said the count is wrong there too here in Florida. He should be up there with the most votes.
Whoa!
The hat trick for the Buffalo Bills, and Marcellus Wiley gets the sack along with Newman following up.
Ooh, I haven't seen that in a while, where an offensive possession is 3 consecutive sacks. Sean King has a little more time. He's not even close, though, to getting rid of the football. At least that time he had a chance to plant and look downfield, but Sean gave no hint.
2 passes hit the ground. 3rd and 10. The throw, this time complete to Moles, and the big wide receiver from Mississippi State. And what they like about Moles, he's got the quickness to get open, the size to be physical, and he's got an... Johnson trying to escape. Oh my! Brooks from in front, and from behind it was 92 Anthony McFarland.
Right on the field tackle.
And he's playing with a painful hip pointer, and that certainly didn't ease his situation.
Coach in this league. Head coach.
3rd and 8. Oh, shooting through is Sam Cowart, having a field day. 2.5 sacks for Cowart, who is untouched again. Somebody get his number.
Well, that
out in the quarter, the end of the first period. Bucs 3, Bills nothing. We're back after this message.
But when Warwick Dunn leaves, there's nobody there, and then he fakes. Cowart fakes going wide, reverses, and comes back in. Nobody picks.
They're tough on 3rd down, Tampa Bay, and it's 3rd and 1. And out of the backfield, Sheldon Jackson, and Jackson, who lines up in the backfield, a tight end, gets the catch, only his 3rd of the entire season, and with
part of Buffalo's offense today if they're to win.
He's lined up on the right side. And it's Johnson on a bootleg. And he ducks out of bounds with help at the 32-yard line as Rondé Barber, the twin brother of the Giants running back Tiki, makes the play. Both twin. 2nd and 4. Johnson underneath to Moulds. And he dives to the 16-yard line. Dexter Jackson with a tackle.
Every time I see the ball.
Single back. And he tries the left side and powers inside the 10 to the 9-yard line before Derek Brooks can make the stop.
Buff do it much better than that.
Yeah, Jackson, as we said earlier. Linton and Bryson split backs. Johnson finally throws. Oh, a catch by Jonathan Linton, spearing the ball. Dwight Clark, a la Clark, leaping high in the back of the end zone to give Buffalo the touchdown.
And it's just another illustration why Wade Phillips wants Rob Johnson as his quarterback. It's not only Doug Flutie, a guy who can get out of the pocket and make something happen. Rob Johnson is as good a scrambling quarterback as there is in the National Football League. He buys himself another 3 or 4, maybe even 5 seconds before he finds Linton.
Steve Christie adds the extra point, and Jonathan Linton, only his 3rd catch of the entire year. But look at the quality of this touchdown reception that gives Buffalo the lead. Second and 20. First receiver is covered. And he gets it away, and he avoids what would have been a huge loss of some 13 yards as Sam Rogers trying to get him.
That tight end to tight end pocket. He got it right. He's not far enough out yet. There he is. And that was a smart move. If you get it back anywhere near the line of scrimmage, you're allowed to.
For the Buccaneers at their own 45. King. And he's sacked again. That's number 5 as Marcellus Wiley and Keith Newman converged on young Sean King.
Out of the way and make himself evaporate into thin air.
Nevertheless, a 15-yard penalty that takes the ball to the 25-yard line, and the concern now on Sam Rogers.
On to his back. Let's look at the left side of the screen now. See, and we just see Sam. He crumbles to the ground right there at midfield. Couldn't really see exactly. He's active, but he's not playing because of a severe ankle sprain.
From the previous spot, first down.
If the receiver can't catch the ball and he's in what they call the quote-unquote vulnerable position, the ball's in the air over his head, and boy,
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that ball. See, Carpenter isn't really trying to deliver a blow here.
In fact,
he's trying to get out of the way.
Green falls into Carpenter.
My first impression was right. That's a that's calling it too tight.
Chicago last week. 3rd and 10. King floats it up there, and wide open is Warwick Dunn to the 3-yard line. So they picked up.
Let's take a look. I don't think it looks to me that Dunn has complete control of the football. Doesn't look to me like he's juggling it. I think that's a good call by the officials on the field. Does he have firm possession of the football?
Ooh, no, there's
you see, it did come away from his chest. The ball from that angle, we got a really good look at the fact. From right there, the question is, he did separate his hands and his chest from the football, and you may be able to make the case that his rear end was sitting out of bounds when he finally clutched that ball to his chest.
So here's the call.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands as called. Although the receiver bobbled the ball, he regained possession before he went out of bounds. Therefore, it is a completion. First down. Buffalo is charged with their 3rd and final timeout.
Abdullah is the tailback. He's the bigger running back. The fake by King. He can run this one in, or can he? Yes. Touchdown.
got an injured Buffalo player down here. I think Keon Carpenter's still down on the ground. Left here. Oh, yeah, you saw him slide initially, and then awkwardly his left ankle kind of caught underneath him.
Oh, Carpenter will be helped, and it would have this year. On first down, Johnson underneath and wide open is Moulds again, and he splits the defense and all the way to the 41-yard line of Tampa Bay, a 25-yard gain.
Challenge.
5 wide. Johnson able to escape and throw back, complete to Riemersma, and he's up to the 31-yard line. Another first down. It's at stake at Indianapolis. Johnson fires, caught by Peerless Price, his first catch of the game at the 15-yard line. Clock running, 50-49. Johnson will
call 2 plays in the huddle, wasting a lot of time.
They can't afford to complete a pass in the field of play. Down he goes, and he's down. No fumble, no fumble. And Warren
But there's only 10 seconds left on the clock.
And they haven't started the clock yet because of the sack.
But it's 4th down. They're going to have to really get this baby going.
It's 42 yards, and Christie, no good. No good. Oh, my, is that a painful end to an injury-filled Buffalo first half.
Well, that was just poor clock management by Buffalo in not having a play called in the huddle. 2 seconds back on the clock. It looks like it's on its way to being good, but before it gets, from that angle, we can't tell when it uprights wearing striped shirts to make that call.
And Christie's only missed 4 all year, made good on 26, but the hurry up, he was under the pressure. .com halftime report, Jim, Mike, Jerry, all the score.
Yards offense in this half. Look at that, 68 total yards by Tampa, but they do have the lead, but it finished kind of awkwardly for Buffalo. They have people
through most of the first quarter. His numbers solid. Here's the reverse to Moulds, and he's got a blocker in front. And finally is hit hard at the 40 of Tampa Bay, but it's another Bill first down. Damian Robinson applied the lick this time.
Buffalo offense, and this is the down and distance that they love to find him in the middle.
Johnson looking, tries to get it out there, and there's no flag. He did have a man in the area, Sean Bryson. And
after this, take a look at that. He is driven into the ground hard. Second-year guy from Nebraska.
King to throw, and he goes down in the arms of Big Ted Washington. And Washington, who had 1 sack all year, has a clean one there.
He's moving pretty slowly.
3rd and 7. Here comes the blitz for the Buccaneers. The throw complete. Riemersma in the open. 40 and 31-yard line before the Buccaneers catch up with him. Donnie Abraham. Big play for Wade Phillips Bills. 35 yards. And there's the hit in the backfield again. This time Bryson met by Brooks. No chance for Sean Bryson.
Well, that's Monty.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 99, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Warren Sapp guilty of a big crime here.
We saw Warren Sapp immediately going over saying, I didn't do anything. Well, there's only 199 on the field. Rob Johnson had delivered the ball, and Warren lowered the shoulder and drove right through him.
He looks.
This is good stuff.
5 wides for Johnson, who throws to the open man, and it's Jeremy McDaniel, his first catch of the game, who has made the club as an undrafted free agent a year ago out of field goal range. 3rd and 9. Good protection underneath the Peerless Price, but can he get? He fumbles the ball, and Tampa Bay has recovered. And here comes Brian Kelly, finally tackled by John Fina.
How many times Have you seen a player spit out the football when he's trying? Effort on his part, doing everything he can do to get there. Is that Shelton Quarles? Who knocks that ball loose?
Derek Brooks, it appeared to be.
Was it Brooks going by 55? I couldn't tell if it was 55 or 53.
I think the question now is whether or not
he was down.
After the interception, the runner was ruled down by contact. Tampa Bay keeps the ball at the 11-yard line. First down.
Well, the turnover stands. And again,
to Raymond James Stadium, where look at the difference in yardage offensively, and the Bills have the ball again. Only 60 on 2nd and 4. Dunn looking for a hole, finds one, and he's out to the 43-yard line. Henry Jones makes the tackle. Warrick Dunn, what a young man he is. You know his story. Grew up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and his mother a police officer. She was gunned down in duty 7 years ago, and he's lived his life devotion and tribute to his mother in many ways. He just one of those athletes that would... On first down, King gets out of the trap, now lobs a throw complete to Moore, and the tight end is in Buffalo territory with a first down at the 43. Here on CBS with Phil Simms, Greg Gumbel. King throws. Good move made by Jaquez Green, and it picks up a first down at the 29. Travaris Tillman, the Georgia Tech rookie, makes the tackle for Buffalo. 7 and 5. Buffalo has won 4 in a row. King fires wide open again. Is Keyshawn Johnson this time, and he has a first down at the 15-yard line. And that depleted secondary of the Buffalo Bills now starting to give up some easy catches.
Is gone. Greer is gone. Winfield is gone. Carpenter's gone.
3rd and 1, and Kirby in to block. Dunn, the tailback, and it's Dunn. Gets the block, and he is in the end zone for a touchdown. That's what the defense has. 17-7.
That's what they've got.
17-7 Buccaneers. You look at that defense. They didn't allow a touchdown to the Bears last week, yet lost, and that angered them. And Warren Sapp, the spokesperson. There's Sean Bryson breaking outside, kicking out of a tackle. Oh, what an effort by Bryson as he picks up the first down at his 46-yard line. A full 2 yards.
Lots of yards, not many points for Buffalo.
Here's that reverse, this time to Price. He's got some room, gets a block, turns it upfield, and finally out of bounds. And let's see where they mark this one, all the way inside the 20-yard line. That's the play that wasn't being respected much earlier, and they picked their spot, and Price gets a big gainer, 27 yards.
Boy, and does this ever get set up nicely. This is taking advantage of the team speed, but I look at the fake on the sideline right here. It takes right here, Donnie Abraham, number 21. He pulled up thinking Peerless Price was going to run out of bounds. Donnie Abraham had a chance to make that play, and he stopped.
Oh, to the Tampa Bay 19, another invasion for Buffalo. They haven't come away with much. Johnson fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Eric Moulds. And Moulds has his 5th score of the year, and the Bills strike quickly on that series. It took them only a minute.
And that time, Ronde Barber, the corner, is the victim of Eric Moulds. Just classic drop back, no play action, beautiful blocking, and it's man coverage. Barber on Moulds, and it's no contest. No contest at all as Eric Moulds makes the break to the corner, and Barber left way behind.
Steve Christie, who nearly missed a field goal at the end of the first half, hits the extra point, and Buffalo right back in the game. Almost 9 minutes left. Johnson to Moulds, 19 yards. The lead is 3. And by field goal at the end of the first half, looming bigger and bigger for Buffalo. Johnson in a crowd, able to get back to the line of scrimmage. I don't know if that'll be a sack or not, as Tyoka Jackson back up. Townsend, look at the hits he's taken today. 3rd and 9. He fires to Moulds, incomplete, and almost intercepted. Moulds was open. One of the few tosses by Johnson, a bit off the mark, too tall.
And Johnson after the play. That's Jackson, and Johnson just driven into the ground. Look at Eric Moulds elevate to try to get that football. It hit him right on the hands.
Williams deep to receive. And then Dexter Jackson very close to getting the interception is Chris Moore, who hasn't punted well. 32-yard average, needs a big one here, and he gets one. Driving this one to Carl Williams all the way to the 27-yard line. But the danger of long punts are long returns, and Williams is on his way.
Flag, there's a flag back at the 40.
And this one apparently will come back. One of the reasons they like Moore is he kicks it high and they're tough to return. He had to try to get the ball deep this time to move the field position, but that opened up things for Carl Williams. 42 yards is the longest return for Williams from Texas.
There was no foul on the play for holding. It was double team action by rule. No foul. Touchdown.
It was what?
Double team action. How to get out by Moore, and again, when you get a chance, Williams to field it, and he got a couple good blocks rather than take it to the sidelines, and Moore, the only guy with a shot right there, misses. And Dick, you called it a lot of times. That's the old phrase, out kicking your coverage. Boy, look at the blocks.
Huff returned one back against Chicago a couple of years ago. Huff returned for score. And the throw complete. It's to Jeremy McDaniel, who is twisted out of bounds at the 45-yard line, as we welcome those of you who've been watching.
Right here, let's look at the head, look downfield. That's a classic look where you took your eye off the football and didn't watch it come into your hands.
The game summary, as all the yards belong to Buffalo, but the score is on the Buccaneers side. Johnson winds up and then winds down Derek Brooks, but a fumble, and it goes to Sean Bryson. Bryson actually got a shovel pass. Rob Johnson didn't see it. He is down on his face at the 30-yard line.
Rob Johnson is hurt, but what a job he did of getting rid of the football before he's planted by Derek Brooks. Supposed to be able to sling the quarterback like that. Take a look at the velocity with which Rob Johnson is thrown into the ground. But really, that's when you look at it from that angle, there's really not much else that Derek Brooks could have done. Just unfortunate for Rob Johnson that he hit the ground that hard. But he sure made a heck of a play before he went down.
Meanwhile, this remarkable last-ditch effort, and Johnson just down, just the last second, making that one play to keep this drive alive and taking the punishment.
Season. Keep in mind, he missed 4 games in the middle of the season.
And to Johnson at the 30, finally have him in a seated position.
This flag was not backed by Rob Johnson.
Taunting by the defense, number 99. Went into the opposing team's bench area. 15-yard penalty, half the distance to the goal.
Warren Sapp, a couple days ago, Friday, when he openly criticized Les Steckel, the offensive
yards, that Wade would probably take the opportunity to try for the touchdown. But at fourth and 9, forget it. You got to take the field goal.
Christie missed a 42-yard field goal, hurrying at the end of the first half. This one in a relaxed state, able to pound it through and make it 24-17.
They got a special teams touchdown. Sacks so far in this game. The Bucs have 6. The Bills have 7. And I think the key is with all 3 timeouts remaining, you got to kick it away and go for field position and count on your defense to give you a 3 and out.
And Dan, and a series of injuries. They played with a. Now there are the Buffalo defensive injuries. Winfield in the bottom, out for the season, injured last week. This looks like the onside kick as they've got all their players crowded here on the near sidelines. And that's where the kick goes. And the diving play. What a good play made by the Buccaneers' David Gibson.
The end zone before not one Buccaneer was sitting down on the bench. And when Carl Williams.
2nd and 9. They did make a yard on first down. Dunn. There he goes. He's on his way to a Tampa Bay score. 39 yards for Dunn's second touchdown today. 106 yards rushing, a couple of touchdowns. It's hard to imagine that this talent
Up front.
Buffalo looks at that tonight.
Well, I never thought it possible that Buffalo could put 405 yards up against this defense. And Wade Phillips is going to have to scratch his head and wonder why didn't that translate into more than 17 points.
4th and 10, and the completion keeps the drive alive as Peerless Price makes the catch in front of Rondé Barber, and Flutie spins Buffalo's.
Back to you.
Oh, the home of Super Bowl 35. The final score again here at Raymond James Stadium. Tampa Bay 31, Buffalo 17.